would untether her mother's heart from a slew of bad memories. Perhaps somehow stop the trauma without erasing the history of who she is, and loose the grip of poor choices, hers and others. Finding out about her real parents, the years on the run. Could she endure the challenge of responsibility and stick it out on the ranch? The previous night they endured an upsetting episode, the first since they left Santa Dominga 3 days before. In a sweaty, humid Winnemucca motel room, Hanna Jo woke with chills as she yelled, "Get the monsters! They're chasing me!" Reba held her tight to try to stop the shivers, and she finally quieted down. When they turned on the lights, Reba gave her the nightly dose of pills prescribed by the Reno Desert City Mental Health Institution. But that was last night. Today brimmed with optimism. Behind Jace sat his 10-year-old half-brother Abel. She turned to peer at his round-as-marbles dark gray eyes as he held down a pack of Topps Desert Storm trading cards that scattered on his lap. She glimpsed pictures of Stormin' Norman Schwarzkopf and Saddam Hussein, along with a Huey Cobra helicopter framed in brown camouflage borders. "Are we almost there?" Abel asked for the umpteenth time, his eyes glazed. Reba sucked in her breath. Smoke swirled from several controlled stubble fires. "Couple more hours. Box those cards before they—" One flew out and littered the road before she finished her warning. He tossed them to the floor and tried to stomp on them, straining against the seatbelt. "Better put the top up." Reba peered in the mirror. "Besides, I'm getting freckles." Jace stroked his thumb across the back of her hand. "You've got them all over." She blushed. He didn't know that yet. "Yeah, but I don't like them on my face." "Wouldn't hurt to make a pit stop anyway." They took a side trip to a gas station off the highway. A dry summer breeze whipped through rolling hills and wheat fields as stalks ground against a combine's whirring blades. Semi-truck wheels crunched while carting grain to town. "Watch out, everybody!" Jace called out as the white vinyl top with the zippered plastic rear window slowly rolled over them. Jace filled the tank with gas, while the rest used the facilities. When Reba returned, he wiped the windshields and a couple muddy spots on the Bel Air's hood and tailgate. "She needs a good bath and polish after this long drive." Reba knew how proud he was of this car. He found the Chevy for what he considered a bargain price at Oliver's Fire, Sales, and Salvage, along a Nevada country road. They hopped back in the vehicle, and Jace drove them back on the highway. After tracing long miles along the Salmon River, the Chevy chugged up Whitebird Hill. At the top, they could see the Camas Prairie stretched long and wide over the mountains. Reba scanned grazing cows, horse tails whipping flies, and wheat fields spilled with shiny shades of gold, with heavy heads shouting harvest payday. Her mother mumbled something. "What?" Reba said. Hanna Jo leaned forward with a lazy smile. "I've got it figured out for the ranch. I'll train and care for most of the horses. Reba, you take charge of the cows. Jace can oversee planting and the machinery. But I've got dibs on Banner to retrain." Reba thought of the buckskin mare promised her by New Meadows horse trainer Soren Patrick to replace her beloved black stallion, Johnny Poe. She had her sights set on the cowboy earlier that summer, before Jace, and before Valerie. Soren said he'd bring the horse to Road's End after they arrived home from California. She looked forward to bonding with the buckskin, and Soren again, as well as his fiancé, Valerie, of course. "And how does Grandma Pearl fit in, Mom?" "Same as always. Whatever she wants, when she wants." More than she could imagine or hope for. A team of cowgirl Cahill women plus the man of her dreams.